Hi, Stephanie Paganini here for Shelf to Chef. And today we are going to tackle cheesecakes. Why am I choosing to do cheesecakes? Because there is a cheesecake for every single one of you. And I was excited to use a cheesecake cookbook that we have here in our mentor collection, but it's someone that I have met personally and have worked with. His name is George Geary. He is a person. He has such a large personality. He has all of the credentials to back that personality up. He has worked at Disney. He was in wonderful food styling, and the cheesecake that I chose to use out of his Cheesecake Bible is the one that he made weekly for the Golden Girls. So if you've ever watched that show, you know that they process problems with a wonderful slice of cheesecake, and it was George Geary who made that cheesecake for each of those episodes. It's here in this cookbook, and we're gonna attempt to make it tonight. So thank you for being my friend as we start this process. Here we go. You have a graham cracker crust that we make by taking graham cracker crumbs. You can take graham crackers and ground them down to make crumbs, or you can buy them already in your store in a box called graham cracker crumbs. You're gonna take them and blend them with melted unsalted butter and pat them down into your cheesecake pan that you are going to freeze. So this is our frozen version of it. We had it frozen for about 20 minutes, and now we are going to make the batter to go in here to go into the oven. What do I love about this recipe of George Geary is that it is not requiring a water bath, which can be complicated, and I think is why people sometimes avoid making cheesecakes at home. So this graham cracker frozen crust is what's gonna get us into the oven without the need of a water bath. So when making your cheesecake, you wanna make sure that your cream cheese and your eggs are up to room temperature before you start mixing them. If they are cold, you're going to have lumps of cream cheese that will never melt in the cheesecake structure, and you'll end up with these white lumps of cream cheese inside your cheesecake, which isn't ideal. So you want to start by taking your bricks of cream cheese out and letting them come to room temperature. We're going to take 5 bricks of cream cheese. This is quite a cheesecake. Put them in our bowl, and we're going to mix them up with 1.5 cups of granulated sugar, and then we'll start adding our eggs after that. So going into our cream cheese and sugar mixture will be 5 large eggs. Now, it does tell you in the recipe to crack them one at a time and put them into the recipe one at a time. And you think, why? I can speed this up. No, you have to do it, because what we're making here, well, it says it's a cake, right? Cheesecake. It's actually a custard suspension. There is no flour holding all of these ingredients together. That job is done by the protein found in your egg. If you put the eggs in all at once, you are going to change radically the way that the structure comes together. You want the egg to be interspersed in this batter and not the batter interspersed into the egg. So we do want to put them in one at a time, make sure that they're blended, and then move on to the next one. It does call for your eggs to be at room temperature, and not everyone likes the idea of leaving their eggs out on the counter to come up to room temperature. So a quick way to do it is to get a bowl of warm water, not boiling, but warm water from the tap. Take your eggs and pop them in that water. It's going to bring it to room temperature within 10-15 minutes, not the 4 or 5 hours that would make anyone a little nervous with time temperature abuse for anything that's raw. So we're gonna take our egg. I wanted to show you how to crack an egg. You don't want to crack an egg on the side of a bowl, because you are taking this and you're shoving it into your egg, and you could use the shell to pierce the inside. Your best bet is to hold the egg with your thumb, and your pinky is going to be the controller. You're going to crack it on the counter and pry it open into the bowl. Let's see if it works. No, it didn't. There we go. No, it didn't. But never fear, I have 4 more to try. Let's get that guy in the bowl. And because I need to prove to all of you and myself that I can do this, we're going to do it without being so gentle. Boom. There we go. There's one. I'm going to do all of them and then pour them out into the bowl one at a time. 2, 3, 4. Now, those 4 are beautifully in there, and I will pretend that fifth one never happened. I'm gonna wash my hands and we'll get to mixing. So we were blending our cream cheese bricks. We added sugar and expertly cracked 5 eggs, which we added to this batter one at a time. So I wanted to bring it forward to you. I didn't want to keep using the whisks that we had because you don't necessarily want to get a lot of air into your cheesecake batter. The more air that's in here, when it gets trapped in your cheesecake batter, goes into the oven, that air heats up, it expands, and that's how you end up getting cracks in your cheesecake. So to avoid that, we're going to do the rest of this by mixing it in by hand. So remember, we have cream cheese, we have sugar, we have eggs, and now we're going to add what's going to be our flavoring in our cheesecake. For the Golden Girl cheesecake, there's of course a little bit of vanilla extract. He calls for a ½ teaspoon. I have never met a measuring spoon for vanilla, and I'm going to just eyeball it to my satisfaction. And then we're going to add some lemon. The recipe calls for fresh lemon, so we're going to zest 1 lemon and then put the juice of that lemon in here as well. I'm using a zester. You can do it this way where you go right in, but what I like to do, especially if it calls for a measurement, like a tablespoon of lemon zest, is I like to zest my lemon with the zester upside down, because then it catches all of the lemon zest in my zester, and then I can put it into a tablespoon or a teaspoon if I need to have an exact measurement of it. I do like a tangy cheesecake. I like that taste of sour cream. I like the kind of tangy sour taste of a lemon. So I'm going to use this whole lemon, whether it comes to the right measurement or not. But if you want to be a purist, and certainly George Geary did an amazing job and knows what he's talking about, you should follow his recipe to the T. So we are going to take our lemon zest and we're going to put that into our bowl as well. And then we are going to juice our lemon. You can do this with just by hand. If you have a special juicer at home, you can use it as well. I didn't want to cut all the way down to the counter. And I'm going to put my lemon into my juicer, and we only need a little bit. I want to say about a teaspoon of lemon juice, so I'm going to be careful. Beautiful. And now I'm going to mix this together. Again, I think George Geary is an exceptional pastry chef, and one of the reasons I love his Cheesecake Bible is so many of the recipes don't require, as I mentioned, was a water bath. If you don't know what a water bath is, it is a form of baking in the oven where you create an extremely stable temperature control by suspending your pan inside water. So you would put a larger pan, you would fill it with boiling water, you would suspend your cake or your creme brulee cups or whatever it is. It's usually a custard that you're doing it for, and you would suspend it in that water in the oven. That water bath then creates a barrier where the temperature doesn't fluctuate. And the reason you don't want temperature fluctuations in a cheesecake is because if one size rises before the other, that's where you get the cracks or the unevenness in your cheesecake batter. So typically you want a water bath when making a cheesecake, but his ratios and his recipes allow you to bake a cheesecake without the water bath, which is what I love. So once we get this all mixed in, we have that wonderful lemon zest throughout here. We have that vanilla adding some wonderful sort of like base notes, the brightness of the lemon juice. We're gonna pour this into our cheesecake pan. Beautiful. And I'm going to scoop the rest of it out. And then just smooth it out. How it goes into the oven is how it's going to look on top when it comes out. So I would take this and I would put it in the oven. But again, what I like to do is take a little bit of aluminum foil, put it on the bottom. That's going to help to avoid any of that butter that might drip down from those graham cracker crumbs. And again, that sheet tray at the bottom. This goes on this. We bake this for 55 to 65 minutes. You're gonna take it out while it's still a little jiggly in the center, and you're gonna make this sour cream topping. It's sour cream, sugar, lemon zest, lemon juice, and vanilla. Put it on top of your cheesecake after it's been out of the oven for about 10 minutes. But leave that oven on, because you're gonna need it on. After you've got that 10 minutes of cooling, you're gonna take your sour cream mixture, mixed together, you're gonna pour it and spread it on top of that warm cheesecake and put that whole cheesecake back in the oven so that topping, the sugar in that topping has time to melt. It's about 5 minutes more bake time in the oven. And then it has to rest for at least 2 hours on the counter before you can put it in the fridge and chill it overnight. The reason is you don't want a hot cheesecake going into your refrigerator. It's not good for your cheesecake and it's not good for your refrigerator. But once you've chilled it in the refrigerator for 24 hours, you get this beautiful cheesecake here. I'm going to cut a slice. The best way to do it is to take your knife very hot in hot water and have one straight shot down. If you are going to do, obviously, both sides, you're gonna wanna wet your knife again so it's nice and clean. You get a nice clean cut on your cheesecake. We're gonna put it on the plate and maybe garnish it with a strawberry or two. The Golden Girls would put whipped cream, and then after the first season, they started adding a raspberry sauce pooled right into the center of the cheesecake. But whether you want to live the high life like Blanche or a nice simple life back on the farm, you're gonna love this Golden Girls cheesecake, brought to you by George Geary and Mentor Public Library in Shelf to Chef.